You know, it's been a long week in wrestling, and wow. What do I got to say, huh? What do I really have to say about this? Especially going in Smackdown tonight, and I'm not saying I'm checked out yet, because I think there's more throughout the weekend and whatnot. But well, I gotta say, it's been a very long week in wrestling. For this reason, this week just feels very long when it comes to wrestling. I think it's because of over the weekend and whatnot, regardless to Wrestle Kingdom. But what do I have to say, especially going into SmackDown, huh? What do I have to say about this show as the bill goes towards the Rumble and whatnot, huh? What do I got to say? Well, let's begin off here, I guess. Let's begin off with this show. Smackdown, yeah, though. Where was this show this week, huh? Because maybe there was a couple things going on here, I guess. And, where do we begin? Where do we begin Smackdown at? Evansville, Indiana. And first thing we kick it off with is MizTV. MizTV is about to happen, of course. He welcomes everybody here and talked about the whole what's going on after happened last week. As he welcomed everyone, people said, accused him of changing everything. He says, I haven't changed. I just had a very bad day, and that the emotions got the best of me. You just get so wild up that you want to punch somebody. And at first, I mean, the fans are kind of agreeing, but he says, no, don't cheer that or anything. He didn't mean to do what he did to Kofi last week. So he said from the bottom of his heart, and the emotions got the best of him. He apologized to Kofi because, it's been rough for him lately. He couldn't take out Bray Wyatt. He could not get the Universal Championship. But there's a bright spot in all this. And, of course, that was going to be his guest tonight, basically. Yes. He basically, of course, announced his first guest on the show, someone he calls a brother and whatnot. The Shaman of Sexy, or the Prince of Parkour, John Morrison, which a lot of people, I'm sure I heard on Twitter tonight saying, where was the pop for John Morrison? Even I was kind of expecting something a little bit bigger reaction. But, of course, he did his entrance. He still had his regular music that he had nearly, 8-9 years ago. And only thing that was different is that we didn't get the slow motion part like he's always done in his entrances when John Morrison comes out, or whatever name you want to call him from another company or whatnot. Of course, he does that thing with his arm. He does still have his pyro, so he did have his original music, which I didn't think they were going to change his music regardless. I don't know why a lot of people thought Morrison's music was going to get changed. I didn't really see it change it in any type of way, to be honest, but only difference is that he just didn't have the slow motion this time. But it's John Morrison's entrance and whatnot, so I never thought anything was going to be changed. I'd be surprised if they had given him new music, but he still got his old music and whatnot. Once he got in the ring and everything, fans did chant "Welcome back" and whatnot. Miz pretty much said he's the most important guest on MizTV. So yes, I thought this was about to be the dirt sheets for a second, like they had back then. Miz pretty much talked about, Morrison's accomplishments, multiple tag team champion, 3-time Intercontinental champion, I think he was a U.S. champion one time. And they had a video package pretty much showing all the stuff Morrison did in the WWE, from tagging with Miz and, singles run, that Rumble spot he did back in 2011. A lot of things. I don't remember all of John Morrison's accomplishments. I do remember him beating Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title on SmackDown. I remember the episode very well for some reason. I think that was in 09, if I'm not... Yeah, I think it was in 09. It was 09 and 2010. 2010, 2009, I think he won that. I don't know if it was his third Intercontinental title in that, but all the clips that they showed of John Morrison in his WWE run, until, he left and... from Lucha Underground and Impact or whatnot. But Other than the video package they showed of him, Miz pretty much, welcomed him back again. Morrison says it feels good to be sitting under the lights with him and talked about his journey. He's traveled the world and won championships. We're not going to mention what companies he was in, but how important it felt to come back for his friend in need. And then he talked about he was disappointed with the fans and that Miz, he had one bad day and you all ignore the hard work he's did to be successful in WWE. That he's worked hard and he wanted to become in 15 years, from becoming a WWE champion and main eventing WrestleMania. Morrison pretty much called out the fans. They're like, hey, you guys like you've never been in the ring before, all right? You never worked hard a day in your life, calling them turd cutters. And then he called them douchebags then and whatnot. He's still using that turd cutter word. I heard him say a lot about that in Lucha Underground and Impact. I like Morrison. Sometimes his promos can get a little weird sometimes. But pretty much then they were interrupted by the New Day then. We're not buying this, story and everything. Biggie says, you're too good of an actor, but you couldn't get cast for the Human Centipede. And Kofi pretty much says, didn't have respect for him of having a bad day. And you want to keep your pouty face and whatnot. And Miz says, you know what? I respected you for a while. I respected you when you were the WWE champion for 6 months. But then you lost in 6 seconds and everything for you to lose it. And then pretty much talked about, yes, you were the WWE champion, but then you didn't even go back after the title. You just come around here and you just smile like everything is normal, which I'm sure a lot of people have said that in the past few months when Kofi lost the title. Like, never even tried to go back for it. It's like he had amnesia. I was hoping that was going to be a sign for something for Kofi. I don't know what's going to be a heel turn in that, but yeah, this is stuff that a lot of us all know. He was the WWE champion. Then he lost it, which I lost in 8 seconds, 6 seconds. It still was lost very fast. And what got me is that he had amnesia, never went after the title, never mentioned the title ever again. It's just like he forgot it. That's why a lot of people say the tag team thing is just a consolation prize right now. But Miz had a point right there, though. I'll say that. And Kofi pretty much says that, you are changing, Miz. Change from cool Miz to annoying, obnoxious Miz. And a lot of people agreed that you suck. And pretty much right after that promo, they had a graphic showing their match up next. So it kind of ended a bit abruptly, if you ask me. Just in the middle of a promo, I was like, hey, we got to go to commercial. So we'll be back for the next match or whatnot. As for Morrison, I thought his promo, him on the microphone was pretty good or whatnot. John Morrison's never been the best promo cut in the world. That's why I still believe he got released many years ago from WWE, because he's great in the ring, but the guy could not talk. And do I think he's improved over the years from the work I've seen him do in other companies? Lucha Underground to an extent, mostly as a heel, which I think heel, Morrison, Mundo, whatever you want to call this guy, works. I think his heel work did work, in the Worldwide Underground and Lucha Underground, and it did work in, Impact before he left, because he still says some corny lines, though, like turd cutter. I'm surprised. I know he said douchebag, because usually he would say douche rocket, I believe. And I remember somebody say, get this man a script or something, because his promos can be a little bit out there sometime. But Morrison wasn't that bad here, especially when they came back during the match and he was on commentary with Big E and whatnot. I thought he was okay, kind of going back and forth with Big E throughout this Miz and Kofi match. It pretty much ended up with Miz throwing Kofi into Big E. Big E got up and he was about to do something, but Morrison got up too. They went to commercial then. And pretty much throughout this match, which match wasn't really that bad. I just still don't buy anything Miz does, because I can see why people say he has a very weak offense, of course. And then, he touches Big E. Big E got involved. Morrison does his parkour thing off the steel steps, laying on his feet. And I thought the finish was a little bit odd, because Kofi, he got up and like he saw what was going on, but I guess that was a distraction, even though he knew it was happening and looked kind of dead at it. But Miz ended up just kind of hitting him with the skull crushing finale. So I guess it was a distraction, but it looked pretty odd of a distraction when it happened and whatnot. But, I'll say this about Morrison. I wish the crowd would have kind of reacted. I don't think they really care. It's either A, I like about this crowd is this. And I know they're trying to welcome back because at least the people look like they knew him a little bit more. But looking when he came out, there's either A, they don't know who this guy is, or B, they do not care if he's back in that, to be honest. That's got to be one of the two. But I did at least enjoy some of Morrison's commentary and whatnot. We had a Wyatt video, the Funhouse, talking about Daniel Bryan, or whatever the opposite of love is, and he, the Fiend and whatnot. We tried to change you at the Rumble and try to get you out of this heap, but now you leave us with no choice and everything. That the Fiend wanted to hurt him. Cyan Deville, Mandy rolls backstage. Cyan pretty much says ready to focus. We need to win and everything. And Mandy was distracted by something, and she was gonna head to the ring. Mandy had this box or whatnot. So what was in the box? I don't know. Concert time with Elias then. Elias pretty much asked the crowd to sing along with him as he was talking about he was going to be in the Royal Rumble. Talked about Roman Reigns and whatnot. He may be the big dog, but he's going to take him out and all other competitors. And he wants to know what was more Eric Rowan's cage than Lana Lex and Lashley's sex tape. Let's hope that's not a tape, because I don't think it will really be that hot. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say. And he talked about Brock Lesnar several times then. Unlike Lesnar, I'm not afraid to talk, and I'm here. And he's going to defeat him for the title, which I don't remember the WWE title being on the line in this Royal Rumble match, and tell him what WWE stands for. So, I don't know. They were trying to make the song almost kind of rhyme while talking about Brock. Tucker was talking to Otis, Heavy Machinery, until Mandy Rose wanted to apologize to him, and gave him a cake that said, I'm sorry. Tucker says, do not trust her. But Otis pretty much, he liked the cake then. Next, Alexa Bliss with Nikki Cross. I can tell you right now, people are going to say, get the strap when it comes to Alexa Bliss. I already know this for some reason. When it's Mandy Rose, Cyan Deville was out there with her. This match, I really couldn't have really cared for that much. It was somewhat of a match, I guess, but, I don't know, man. I saw this a few weeks ago, and I didn't like it then, and I feel like I don't like it right now. And of course, it ends up with a distraction. You dumb face syndrome, of course. Otis comes out and whatnot, and Mandy Rose pretty much got the roll up on Alexa Bliss for the win. Next thing you know, Otis was there, eating the cake, smearing the cake all over himself, and he started dancing to Mandy Rose's music. I will admit, he got a laugh out of me. I don't know what about him dancing was, but I found it hilarious when he came out there. Just his expression just looked funny with him with the cake, and then when they're playing Mandy Rose's porn jazz like music, him just dancing to it it's funny for some reason. I don't know why. It just felt very funny to me. But the Otis Mandy Rose storyline continues, which is one of the only good things I do like on this show. Lacey Evans came out. She was supposed to face Sasha Banks, which for some reason we cannot get this match going on. Bayley shows up on screen pretty much saying that Sasha is in LA right now finishing up a rap album, which this is the second time I've heard about Sasha Banks doing a rap album. This girl better have some bars by the time this thing is done. Okay, so I guess her doing a rap album is more important than, being on WWE right now. But she had to be in the studio. Hopefully Snoop is laying down something, some good bars or some beats, something to help her rap. I don't know if Sasha Banks can rap or not. Maybe this girl has bars, maybe she doesn't. But I don't know, man. We'll see. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see, but I guess the rap album is more important than SmackDown, but Bayley pretty much says, she's only here because I'm contractually obligated to be here. And Lacey pretty much started trying to get a reaction out of the crowd that, there's a difference between me and Sasha, that I'm ready to fight anywhere, especially in the heartland of America or whatnot. Fans started chanting USA, even though all these people are American, but people chant that because they get tricked by that all the time. Bayley pretty much says, you can bark like you're an overbearing mother and everything, but I'm not your snot-nosed kid, and I don't have time to listen to you. Next thing you know, Lacey went back there and started attacking Bayley then. Bayley got the upper hand, says, you need to go put on your mom jeans and go home, which she left her there for a second, and as Bayley walked off, Lacey Evans got back up and started knocking to the ground. Bayley got out of dodge. I wonder who really got over in this, because I don't think Lacey Evans really over with the crowd. And Bayley, I don't even know what to say about Bayley half the time. I honestly don't. I just said, where was this even going with Bayley? Because I don't even know now. Like, did this get her over? Did this do anything? I don't know. It's just Bayley being Bayley, I guess. But I guess Sasha wasn't there to make her look good by comparison, so I just don't think Bayley was even over. Heel Bayley, I don't even know sometimes. I try to like heel Bayley, but something doesn't work, or maybe it's the opponents they got against. Lacey Evans, I don't know, or whatnot, but at least she gets some reaction, I guess. Next, though, Bryan was backstage about to be interviewed. And before he could talk about the whole, he remembers what he was in the Wyatt family and everything. And he outsmarted him. But he knows he can do it again. But next thing you know, Ramblin' Rabbit shows up and he says, dude, I know how to beat Bray Wyatt, man. Okay, I know the trick. I got a secret for you. Next thing you know, the Fiend shows up, or Wyatt, and he says, snitches get stitches. Got it. And then, we go on to the next match. So he stopped the Rabbit from snitching. Shinsuke Nakamura, of course, he's got Sami Zayn, dancing Sammy out there. I get a kick out of every time him dancing with the music for some reason. I just do. Him and Sammy and Cesaro out there went against Braun Strowman. I swear to God, I did not care about this match, and Nakamura tried to carry him. My friend Kyle texted me and said that it's like Nakamura had to hold back, and this match was pretty boring if you ask me too. But I'll say one thing, Strowman does get a reaction though when he comes out there, and people still seem to care. But as for this match, I couldn't have cared less for this. Even I was like, how much is Nakamura going to have to carry this guy, okay? Because every time I talk to somebody about Nakamura, they keep saying, I wish he'd go back to NJPW. I wish he'd go back to NJPW. I do too sometime, but I don't think it's happening at all. And, the match itself, of course, Sammy and Cesaro get involved, and Nakamura was going to use the Intercontinental title. I don't know where Strowman's nose is bleeding. Maybe he got Kinshasa or something. But he's going to end with the title with Strowman hitting with a power slam. So I guess I thought he was already number one contender. Or maybe he is number one contender. I don't know if he is the number one contender or not. But the matches was kind of whatever to me. It was okay. But did I really care about it that much? Not really. Next, they had a Sheamus promo. Talking about Shorty G's been doing a lot of talking and whatnot. And, small isn't something to be embraced. It's the corner and disposed of. We need to get rid of. And, you embrace who you are, but I embrace chaos. So, Sheamus versus Shorty G, Gables, pretty soon. Daniel Bryan was in his locker room. There was a box there. Next thing you know, oh my God, they killed the Ramblin' Rabbit. You bastards! So, basically, it was the rabbit all bloodied to the head, like half his head and his brain was cut off. So the rabbit dies again this week. Roman Reigns came out to cut a promo talking about his family, and came back to help him in a big way and whatnot. He's been having some problems, but the Usos came, and he said that at the Royal Rumble he's going to win the Royal Rumble. He's going to main event WrestleMania for the 5th time, and I'm sure a lot of that crowd died out there, some people explained to me. And I'm like, here we go. And for some reason, I would not be surprised if he wins the Royal Rumble for some reason. I would not. But you say he wouldn't be able to do this without people by his side. It's day one, the Usos. Usos came out, and it felt good to be back on Smackdown and whatnot. And we're going to put Friday Night Smackdown and the Friday Night Lockdown. For some reason, the lights go out for a second. And then we've been sitting at home for the past few months, fresh out of rehab, I guess. And, talk about Queen Corbin out there, that you disrespected Roman, you disrespected him, and now you disrespect me. You disrespect us all, you disrespect the family, and now we coming for you because blood is forever. Of course, the king of waiters himself, Corbin, comes out with the new Hat Man Ziggler. And, of course, he's got his throne with his multiple security guards, guys. Yeah, you want to use your family as a shield or whatnot. Same with the Rumble, hiding behind them people. Because I'm going to kick your ass, and it's going to be in the Royal Rumble. And I can kick your ass twice on the same night. Well, as Reigns had put it. But, well, he challenged him to a singles match with the Royal Rumble match. So I guess they're going to be in both matches. It's going to be a one-on-one, and they're going to be in a Rumble match, too. I guess they got 2 matches going on they'll be in. But you know, I'm not gonna have any family tonight out here, as he said. But I'll get to take care of the big dog's little bitches, as he put it. But you know, before the match could even start, next thing you know, Usos ended up jumping on, of course, the coalition out there or whatnot, the Corbin Coalition. I like to call them again, or the Kingdom Wingdom. I don't know, but they killed the security guys. Usos go against you know, Ziggler and Corbin. What do I have to say about this? Of course, the Revival's music come out and hit, and they never touched one of the Usos, but they were on the ground because of the distraction. But as they headed back up, Roman pretty much took both of them out with a Superman punch, knocking them to the ground. Throughout the match, Corbin threw, I think it was Jimmy Uso into Roman, but after the splash on Ziggler, Corbin stopped the pin. Reigns got back up and he speared Corbin to the ground. Disqualification. Next thing you know, Reigns going to power bomb Corbin through the table. But next thing you know, the return of Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, which not much reaction, but the guy was in shape. When was he not in shape? Out of fresh off a suspension or failing his first wellness test policy, which they say he was hurt, but he was not. But he came back. He DDT'd Roman to the floor. And, you know, they beat up the Usos and whatnot. And then they put Roman on the table. Ziggler hits a big elbow drop on him while standing on top of the announce table, taking out Roman. And it's just going to be the worst day of your life and everything. And whatnot. And so they just basically beat the crap out of this guy and whatnot. So that's your family, right? That's your family. So what do I have to say about this? Okay. Smackdown was whatever. We got to see the return of Roode. Or whatnot. Bobby Roode, but does anybody care about the Corbin Coalition in general in this feud? Not really, but it's still got to continue. MizTV was alright, I'll give it that, just because Morrison was on there and throughout this whole thing with Kofi and them, so I thought that was okay. I get a kick out of Otis, so I thought it was funny when he started dancing to Mandy Rose's music. Bailey and Lacey Evans, I just don't really care for. I just don't even know where this is going anymore. I'm trying to see Sasha's not there, which even someone told me like she's more focused on Sasha. She's focused on the women's title, really. What else? Trying to see was anything else on SmackDown. I mean, I feel like I've just kind of slipped it through my head and I forgot about it. Yeah, you know, Roman and them, the Revival, killed. Yeah, I already talked about the Kofi thing. The Wyatt stuff, that was probably one of the most interesting things on the show, was the Wyatt and Bryan thing. So that was not bad or whatnot. But, you know, other than that, that's SmackDown for you. Like I said, the build and the Rumble continues. But his show was like a little up and down. But I didn't really care that much about it. In some little way, yes, some little way, no. But it was just kind of there or whatnot. It was like not the biggest news thing going on in this show, okay? It really wasn't like last week with all the returns or whatnot. Don't get me wrong, we still got a return tonight. We had a lot of returns recently, but was this an important one for Robert Roode? Not really, but it had its ups, some up and down, but a lot of downs for SmackDown at the same time. You know, like I said, it's been a very, very busy week in wrestling and whatnot in general, and honestly, I just feel like a lot of these shows have not been good, from Raw to AEW or whatnot on some parts. Impact was somewhat decent depending on what you looked at on there. NXT was good. Listen, you know, I've said before, and I may be sounding biased or whatnot. Listen, if you're going to watch wrestling, the biggest thing out of wrestling throughout the entire week was Wrestle Kingdom 14. That was the biggest thing going on over the weekend last week. So, and, you know, of course, the retirement of Jushin Thunder Liger. So, honestly, that was probably the most important things going on in wrestling throughout the week, if you ask me. Okay, that's my opinion of it. But other than that, that's my review of SmackDown. Listen, I don't know if I'm going to do an NXT UK TakeOver review. I know I did a Blackpool review last time they did this thing around last year in January, but am I going to do another one? I don't know. And I'm not really sure, okay? Listen, I don't know what's really going on in the UK shows. I still reviewed those shows because I enjoyed the matches. I know it's going to be some fun matches and whatnot, but am I going to review it? I don't know, but I may. It's on Sunday. I thought it was on Saturday, but Sunday this time in the afternoon or early or somewhat 11 a.m. morning, I believe. But I will be reviewing TakeOver possibly, and I will be reviewing Hard to Kill Impact Wrestling. They got a good card going on there, so hopefully Hard to Kill will be a it's a very appropriate name for Impact for Hard to Kill for many reasons, but I would try to get both of those reviews on Sunday if necessary. But other than that, this is my review of Smackdown. No, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890, blah, 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 for lifetime, la, 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 etc., etc. Fuck them, whatever. But, yeah, that's my review of Smackdown tonight. So tell me what you thought about the show, and check out any other past reviews out throughout the week. Like I said, it's kind of been a very important week in wrestling, if you ask me, but you already know why it was important that week, and, I could sit here and gloat right now about a certain individual becoming double champion, but I did that in my other review. So, yeah, other than that, I will see you guys later. Peace out.